What's going on, everyone? This is your guy, Pat Bernard, aka the Gobbler, aka Pat from Ambler. Welcome back to the Sixers post-game show. And can I do something for all you 76ers fans? Can I show you something? This 76ers team stinks. This 76ers team blows. You know something? I can't believe my eyes, right? I get it. This is the Clippers. That team is built inside out. Was a bonus in the center, which is a complete mismatch for the entire 76ers team. But they would have had a better chance if Andre Drummond was in the paint with the guy from scratch. Like, I don't know why he wasn't in the starting lineup. Like, the 76ers hurt themselves. Like, this was uncalled for. We didn't need this. We could have had this. Like, I don't understand Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse, I just don't understand you, my guy. Why didn't you go with Drummond to start the game? I get Sabonis is really tough to defend. He's a complete mismatch for the entire 76ers team. But why didn't we just roll with Drummond? That would have gave him a better fight in the paint. And it was like a tale of two stories, right? You had the LA Clippers just draining it from three, draining it. This 76ers team and Jared McCain from the perimeter was ice cold. He was ice cold tonight. 2 for 10, 2 for 11 from the perimeter. That's not good because if he can't shoot from the perimeter, the rest of his team can't shoot. Other than Maxey. Maxey went 3 for 6. But, I mean, come on. Like, this is what I have to put up with. This is why you see a team like the Lakers. That's why they won 4 straight, now 5. The 76ers don't even belong in the same court as those guys. And there goes Kyle Lowry goofing off on the sidelines with his big old Eagles hat. And I'm glad that he's probably watching the Eagles game right now in the locker room while this team's getting screamed at. But come on. You're sitting there lollygagging and have a good old time. I don't want you on the floor, Kyle Lowry. You're better off the floor than you are on the floor for this team. You still got more time than the mop guy. Like, seriously. Like, Kyle Lowry provides nothing for this team. He gives you 34 minutes of nothing. He's lucky he's the coach's boy. But he wasn't on the floor tonight. I mean, this team can't shoot worth a lick. I mean, yeah, you had a better game from Kyle Oubre Jr., 18 points. You had a decent, or I'm sorry, Jared McCain, who still had put up 18 points. Tyrese Maxey gave you a couple, gave some change. You had Kelly Oubre gave you some decent points. But outside of that, there was no defense from this team. Really none. I mean, Kershaw gave you 6 rebounds and Drummond gave you 5. Like, there's absolutely no defense from this team. And the LA Clippers exploited that. Exploited the mismatches in the paint. Like, there was nobody that could have guarded Sabonis tonight from the Sixers. Nobody. He crushed the Sixers in the paint tonight with 16 points, 10 rebounds. Like, I'm sorry, let me backpedal that. He had 16 points and 12 rebounds. Like, Sabonis was an absolute beast in the paint. The Sixers didn't have a match for Sixers did not have an answer for him. They were a complete mismatch. And the 2-3 zone defense does not work. Why do you have 2 small guards in there? Why is your big man on the perimeter? And like I said, we faced the 76ers West tonight, right? Made me miss James Harden I was missing Nick Batum. Heck, I was missing Mo Bamba because at least he could have provided a 3 tonight. Who on that bench is providing a 3 from the Sixers bench? Who? Who from the Sixers bench is providing a 3? I mean, they don't even have an answer. I mean, at some point, I thought the 76ers were going to grab a fan out of the stands and ask him to play and have him suit up. They got beaten that bad. The Clippers, their stars rested by the third quarter. We're resting. This was horrible. And I know a lot of you guys were probably just watching the Eagles game and not tune in, and I don't blame you. I was hoping, and I was being very optimistic that the 76ers were going to have an opportunity to run it back from Friday's game. Wrong. It's just terrible. I don't know what Nick Nurse can do. I know I just, when I initially started my rant here, I got very, very angry because I look at Nick Nurse and I said you should have went with Drummond. Would it have been a difference whether it was Drummond or Gershon? Nobody was stopping Zambonis tonight. 12 boards, 16 points. The guy was a monster tonight. Derek Jones Jr. tonight, 18 points. A local kid. James Harden, 23 points. James Harden played like a man possessed tonight, like a man on a mission. He came into Philadelphia, slapped the taste out of the Sixers, and went home and did his thing. And the Sixers sit there with their sit on their hands and did nothing. And it's going to kill me with this team moving forward. The 76ers team moving forward. Joel Embiid, Paul George. What are they really going to provide for this team? They're two banged up veterans. It's only a matter of time before those guys put themselves back on the shelf again, like they are now. And it's a shame because I'm trying to come up with my head who can I give a player to game to, and I can't. Not from the Sixers standpoint, anyway. There wasn't a star player tonight. Jeremy Kane, I mean, yeah, he put up 18 points, but still, 2 from 11 for a 3-point line. He was ice cold. Ice cold. Tyrese Maxey, 3 for 6, and he had that nice, beautiful pullback jumper. It was really nice. But outside of that, you really couldn't. And Kelly Oubre had a decent game. But outside of that, nothing. Nothing. The bench doesn't provide you anything. Like I said, I thought at some point Nick Nurse was going to grab a fan out of the stands and ask him to suit up and play for the Sixers tonight because that's how bad the Clippers beat the brakes off the Sixers tonight. They were up by 30 at one point. It's a darn shame. And like I said, I know I kind of like overreacted the minute I put the remote down, but it's true. It's sad times, and I heavily get frustrated. But I had to step back for a second as I was going about my speech. Step back, look what the Sixers are doing. This was a horrible game for the 76ers. I was being optimistic again. The Clippers flying out to the East Coast. But listen, now they're on a 5-game winning streak, and you see it. That team is built inside out. Guys who can hit the three, and top 4 in a defense team, top 5 in rebounding. That team is brutal, nasty. Zobonis. Like, again, to me, the star player of the game. One of the three. If I'm going to go hockey realm, I'm going to go Zobonis, James Harden, Derrick Jones Jr. This team was horrible tonight. Horrible. They provided you nothing. This team, the Sixers got punched in the mouth as soon as the bell rang tonight. I mean, they got my like I was getting excited for the 76ers cutting a 20-point lead in half. I was getting excited, hoping for a great comeback. When ultimately there was never going to be a comeback. This team's just not good enough. It's a shame. I mean, tonight, like I said, if you really want to give players of the game tonight, and I mean, I would love to go to Sixers, and I'd love to go Jared McCain, even though he had the most points for the 76ers, even though he didn't do that well from the perimeter, he still played very, very well from inside the paint. Tyrese Maxey had a decent jump shots. He was getting his. Kelly Oubre is starting to come around a little bit, but still, it's still not good enough. In plenty of teams like the Clippers of the world, this team just doesn't stand a chance. Not with an old veteran team. Role players. Role players. That's all this team provides. Role players. It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, the Sixers just didn't have tonight. Just didn't have it. Didn't have from the start of the game. Again, they just were getting bullied by Sabonis tonight. I was really impressed with his game tonight. Sabonis just bullied the Sixers, and the Sixers just didn't have an answer for him. Didn't have an answer. It's a shame. So here it goes again, guys. Bonus tonight: 12 rebounds, 9 defensive rebounds, 16 points. This dude was an absolute monster. Just tortured the Sixers in the paint. Torture them. James Harden, 23 points, 3 for 7 from the perimeter. Again, he played lights out. There was shots he was making right in front of his boy Tyrese Maxey's face. Maxey couldn't do anything about it. It's a shame, though. So, I mean, let's get into it. Again, game player for the 76ers. Again, even though he did not have the greatest nights from the perimeter, Jared McCain, 2 for 11. Jared McCain, 2 for 11, but still provided 18 points for the 76ers. And again, the 76ers just did not have enough. Kelly Oubre, 12 points. And, of course, Tyrese Maxey had 17 points. So, again, your two best players, you're the only guys who really came up to play tonight. Everyone else just didn't show up. The bench didn't even show up. Kyle Lowry looked like he was ready for an after party. They just got schooled tonight. James Harden came in here and embarrassed the 76ers, belittled them. I mean, I know he's just doing a job. I know he's doing came in here, just had one thing in mind, was just to win a game. But man, they blew out the 76ers, tortured them. It's a shame. It's a shame. Like, again, Nick Nurse, I mean, what can else Nick Nurse do with this team? What other rotations could he have gone with? When you're given opportunities, missed opportunities to Ricky Council, KJ Martin. Those guys are getting minutes and not providing any points. Coming up with nothing. Nothing to raise an eyebrow with. The Sixers don't have no defense whatsoever. No wing defenders, no perimeter defenders, nothing. No, you can't get boards, nothing. I mean, I'd be shocked if this team could play a little defense at some point. Man, this was a tough one to watch. Tough game to watch. Oh, I mean, and listen, I know like a lot of people are out there watching the Eagles, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you for not wanting to watch this post-game show. 76ers were garbage tonight. Horrible. It's tough, man. It's tough to watch this team on a daily basis, being hopeful that this team was going to provide something. They just couldn't get in the paint. They just were just outplayed. Like Zambonis being in the paint forced the Sixers to shoot from the perimeter, knowing they can't shoot that well from the perimeter. You only hope was for Jarrett McCann to go off, and he didn't from the perimeter. He was 2 and 11. Jarrett McCain was ice cold tonight, 2 and 11 from the perimeter. Granted, he still got the team 18 points. He led the team in points. But if he goes cold, rut row. And now it has me questioning if this team is going to get 25 wins this year. I am. That's my expectations now. Can this team even reach 25 wins? I don't even think they could do that. I don't think the 76ers can even reach 25 wins. Not the way with this three-headed monster they want to run with Joel Embiid and Paul George came and stay healthy. But I mean, tonight was just it's showing you two different teams, two different worlds of teams. You have a NBA final contender in the Clippers, and you have YMCA ready, like basketball team. Like the Sixers shouldn't even be on the NBA floor right now. All their guys are past their prime. Not one guy, not one old veteran guy right now. Maybe other than Paul George, if he's healthy, is paying off. Like they got nothing for you. So, guys, if you're just checking in, this is the StreamPunk Entertainment Sixers post-game show with me, your boy Pat Bernard. And again, it's a horrible Sunday night in Philadelphia with the 76ers getting pounced 125 to 99, leaving the 76ers 3-13 on the season. And it just makes me question. Like I said, I looked at the start of this game. If you're just tuning in, guys, I looked at the start of this game and I was wondering why Andre Drummond was not low in the paint to go against Sabonis. But just like I said, it just wouldn't have mattered. Sabonis, whether it's Drummond, Kershaw, it wouldn't have mattered. It's a complete mismatch for that man. He was dominating the boards tonight. Dominating the boards. And put up 16 points. James Harden come here in South Philly, not just to beat up on the 76ers, but he came here as a man on a mission and did his job, making me miss him. That's where I was missing him through parts of this game. Like, he blew the doors off the 76ers team tonight. It's this team sucks. Just plain out sucks. The 76ers team sucks. Okay, this is what we're going to be with for the rest of this year. Like, this is going to be crazy. Like, we better hope that the Eagles season goes on to February, because if they get bounced out in a playoff round, this is what we're going to be stuck with. This team sucks. Horrible. Horrible. Like I said, it just amazes me. Amazes me. How the 76ers just got outschooled tonight, outplayed. Showed you the two different levels of well, really, the Clippers showed the Sixers 8 different levels that they're on compared to the Sixers. One's a variable NBA final contender, and the other one is just a YMCA contender right now. Like, is there anybody in the blue coats could come up and save this team? Anybody? A fan in the stands? Somebody? I mean, anyone out there, please help. Please help the 76ers team. Whether it's a blue coat, whether it's a fan in the stands, someone suit up. Whether it's the guy selling popcorn. Please, somebody suit up for the 76ers. I can't take this brand of basketball no more. I can't. Tonight was a painful one. The Clippers came and blow the doors off this team. Yeah, this was a tough one to swallow, and it shows you if this was a Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid was healthy, if and what's buts, but he wasn't. But if he was healthy and he was playing dominant basketball, this game probably wouldn't have been an issue. So, guys, I just want frustrating night tonight. Frustrating night if you're a Sixers fan. Oh no, 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 no way. I can't. I can't with you, Nick. I can't. Nick, should you be watching the Eagles? I love you, buddy. Man, Pat, it's times like this we really need people to pull back. No, no. Oh, please, no. No B-ball Paul. What? No. Come on, Nick. B-ball Paul. Well, listen, Nick, you're probably right. It couldn't get any worse. Oh man, Nick come out of the woodworks. Talking with some B-ball Paul. Oh man. Ooh, what? Listen, KJ. I know like 8 kids are better than KJ Martin right now. B-ball Paul is better than KJ Martin's bum blunt. Yeah. It's a shame, Nick. Oh, dude, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's my Trey Turner John. Yeah, but listen, Nick, I mean, you tell me what you're seeing from the 76ers team. What did you see tonight? I just saw this team getting outclassed from a team that's built from inside out. Like, they have great ball movement. They find guys open on the perimeter. They can play defense. We know about Zumbans being a dominant force in the paint. We have nothing to provide it with. And here we are, 10 years later, hoping now probably for a high draft pick. But you're right, KJ Martin hasn't provided anything. Neither is really Ricky Cancel, to be honest. Nick saying, I'm seeing a complete lack of effort all year. They don't want it. I don't know if they don't want it. I just think they're just too old. They're role players. They're all role players. These guys are getting way too many minutes for aging players. They're only supposed to provide you with little sparks off the bench. Like Nick, I asked the question earlier, and I appreciate you checking into the show. Can this team even get 25 wins? Can they reach 25 wins? Because I don't think they can. They're not good enough. Yeah, I completely agree. Eric Gordon's washed. Yeah, he is washed. I don't know why. Another one, another pick. But like I said earlier, like because of the KJ Martins of the world and Ricky Cancels and a couple of the other younger guys on the bench who can't provide any production, this forces Nick Nurse's hand to go to the Eric Gordon route. Like seriously though, like I know I made the joke earlier, but I thought this is what the blue coats were for, to find something in don't we have anything ready in the farm system? Something? I mean, someone needs to be ready to suit up by now. And this is one of those nights that I get it. He's been a sensational player up until this point with his perimeter game is Jared McCain. But today he was ice cold 2-11. He was 2-11 from the perimeter. It's just not good enough. And I mean, still he provided 18 points, the most on the team, but still, you need help. Nick says, Justin Edwards dominating with the blue coats. Bring him up, please. Please. This team should have a for hire sale around the front door, right in front of the Wells Fargo Center. But look, before I get out of here, guys, let me go over the NBA scoreboards with you guys. I like doing that, going around the league a little bit to provide you guys some NBA news. Right now, in the third quarter, you have the Cleveland Cavaliers dominating the Raptors 73-57. How about this Cleveland team that just came out of nowhere? A little later on tonight, you have the Kings and the Nets. Nets are probably looking to get some revenge and get back on their winning streak. It should be an interesting game. Celtics had a tough matchup at home today against the Timberwolves, beating them 107-105. The Pacers take care of business against the Wizards, winning 115-103 as expected. Game of the day, probably the best game on the slate. The Miami Heat taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Miami Heat win 123 with Jimmy Butler going off with 33 points. Wow, what's that like, a player to go off? What's that like? Forgot what that's like. And, of course, your 76ers lose 125-99. So Bonds being the player of the game with 16 points and 12 rebounds, getting a double-double. And the 76ers team giving you nothing. But look, guys, I'm about to get out of here. I just want to say thank you. Thanks to my man, Nick. Nick, hold on before I roll out. What did you have to say? Have a great night, Pat. Enjoy the Eagles, Gobbler Gang. Nick, you're my right-hand man. Love you, buddy. Yeah, you as well. And if I don't hear from you, my man, have a great Thanksgiving. But stay tuned because my man, Steve Fernandez, and he's got couples. He's got some great company. My man Matt Sorardi from the Football Stories will be joining the show, guys. And stay tuned. Just right now, the all lacrosse all time. So if you're a lacrosse head, check out my man Gary Group and those guys. Guys, stay tuned, and I'll catch you this Wednesday night for Flyers postgame show. All right, guys. See you later. Bye bye.